What is going on, my beautiful people? I have been waiting for forever to make this video. I had to wait for turkey season to get done so I could put out bait and mineral again, because in my state it is illegal to do that during turkey season. So I had to make sure that I was legal, because I do post everything and put it on the internet. And if there was a turkey down in here, I was gonna come in here to chase it. So I had to make sure that turkey season was over. That way I could legally put this out and not have the risk of being considered hunting over it. But what this video is, and you can tell by the title, is I found an antique style deer feeder out in the woods, and I'm gonna renovate it. Now, it is nothing special. I don't want to lie to you guys. It is just a piece of 4-inch pipe, looks like a tin can, and then a plywood box. And of course, that bungee cord that is strapped up on it. So this is what I'm gonna put out, and I'm gonna see if maybe whoever put this here, because I have never used it. I just stumbled across it. So whoever had this property before must have used this quite often as a way to hunt. So we're gonna take it, and basically I'm just gonna clean it up, try to get some of these leaves out. Hopefully that's not poison oak or ivy, so I'll probably grab a stick to get that out. But we're gonna get some of this out, we're gonna put some corn in it, I'm gonna set a trail camera up on it, and we're gonna see what comes into this antique deer feeder. I thought that was gonna be a really cool video, and I can't wait to do it, but I'm terrified of bees, if you guys don't know. And this just seems like a great place for a snake or a bee or anything to build its home. So I gotta be super careful. I'm gonna hit it with one of these sticks and see if anything comes out of it. All right, well, there was definitely a dirt dauber nest. Nothing's swarming yet. All right, nothing on the bucket, so that's promising. Alright, so for the most part, that was pretty easy. There was a dirt dauber nest that I knocked out of the can, so that was good to get that out. And then I scraped out the bottom of this, so now I guess we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put this pipe back into this container that they built, and then we're going to pour our corn in it and put the lid back on top. So super easy renovation, and I know deer are going to come to this corn, but this was a really good idea. I don't know if anyone else ever does anything like this, but if you're gonna have like a suspension feeder, this is a relatively cheap alternative other than the 40, 30, 20 bucks that you're gonna spend at the store to get this. Now, I will say 4-inch pipe probably wouldn't have been my choice, because it was really easy to spill a little bit. But, I mean, we got our base filled up here. I can't see really how much. We probably could have put a little bit more corn in the bucket, but, you know, it's pretty full. It's not pretty, like, it's not too bad. So, now we just got to get our trail camera set up. I'm thinking this oak tree right here, kind of facing back this way, that way we can see if they're coming from this side or if they're coming from this side, and we'll still be able to get this in frame. So I'm pretty excited about this. Let's go ahead and get our trail camera set up. All right, we have this complete here with our trail camera set up. So I, like all my videos, will be back in 2 weeks to check and see what has been hitting up this antique deer feeder, and who knows, if it's something that produces, we'll continue to use it throughout the year. I think it would be really cool to have kind of fixed this up a little bit, knock the dust off of it really, and then to set up a stand somewhere in here and use this as a place to kill a deer. Killing a deer over the antique deer feeder. Doesn't that just seem like an excellent kind of full circle series right here? I think so. But I'll see you guys in 2 weeks to see what's been coming into it. Gotta make sure y'all spray down with permethrin when you're going in the woods. What is going on, my beautiful people? So if you recall, about 2 weeks ago, we refurbished a old antique deer feeder, which was really just a coffee tin, a piece of pipe, and some wood with a little basin for the corn to sit in. Well, we put 2 5-gallon buckets of corn or a 5-gallon bucket of corn on that feeder, and it's empty. So I've come out today. We are gonna inspect our antique deer feeder, which looks like it did its job. Looks like all of the corn's gonna be gone. I don't know if it was deer, squirrels, or whatnot, but that trail camera right there should be able to tell us exactly what it was. So we're gonna check that real fast. We're gonna go back to the house and see what's been coming in the area. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to put back in this yet, but that will be some more content in the future. We're gonna continue to be putting stuff in this area, and it's gonna be a beautiful place to hunt, I have no doubt. But let's go ahead and we'll take a look and see what's been coming in. All right, so we have made it back to the house, and we are going to be taking a look at the trail camera photos from this antique deer feeder that we fixed. Looks like we have around 140 photos to go through. So we are going to take a moment, we are going to look through those, and definitely looks like we've had some deer. Don't really know what they are, haven't taken a look at them yet, so we're going to get the live reactions. Looks like off the bat, I could have lowered the camera a little bit. I can tell in this little first video, you can see me walking around here. I didn't really get the bottom piece, so I'm missing about a foot and a half of the bottom of the feeder, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And as you can tell, looks like we got that set up the 16th at around 3 o'clock. The next morning at 6 a.m., we already had our first doe walking in. Looks like this is probably a yearling, probably last year's fawn, and you know, she's definitely eating, but you can see we're missing from like her shoulder and below. So it looks like right after that first doe came in, a second doe followed her up to the feeder, and they are just going ham on that corn. And clicking through these videos, they have been here for a hot minute. So about an hour later at 7, another set of does walked through. These does look to be a little bit older. So that's pretty neat. We've already had 4 deer, and it's been up for less than 24 hours come in. And this in particular doe, man, she has got some ticks all over her ears. So if you're ever wondering why I say it's important to spray with permethrin before you go in the woods, especially here in South Georgia, that's why. You can get so many ticks on you so quick. Yeah, because I mean, even in the first couple seconds of this video, which is going to be popping up right now, look at her left ear and all the ticks that are on that left ear. I mean, it's disgusting the amount of ticks that these deer have on them. But I reckon that's the circle of life. Okay, so it looks like on the 18th at 5 in the afternoon, we have a little bitty buttonhead that came up. He's got 2 little nubs, nothing too special. Looks like he's also a yearling. He's got a really tiny head. But at least we're seeing some antlers, so that's good that we're starting to see that new population of bucks come in. We have no defining factors on him yet, but he's got, you know, a good inch and a half nubs already. And it's just now, today is the day I'm filming this, is the day it goes up, June 2nd. So it's pretty good to see that they already have a couple nubs coming in. He'll probably have 3 or 4 inch spikes. Now see, this is one of the problems with feeders like this, is the squirrels have free access and they will be able to eat as much of your corn as they can hold. And they'll even take some and store it. And as you can see, this squirrel definitely made sure that he was doing that. That's why a lot of people don't use these generic feeders like this or anything where the basin is there, because the deer can just sit there and eat it and eat it and eat it. And I'm assuming that when this camera stops taking pictures means that they ran out of corn. So we'll be able to see how long. I put it out on the 16th. We're 100 photos in and we're only at the 19th. So I'm assuming it didn't take too much longer and those deer ate all of it. And it looks like that last photo is actually going to be May 21st. This camera battery hadn't died yet, but it was at 10% or 5% when I checked it. So it should have still been taking photos. But it looks like we ran out of corn on the 21st. So, you know, we put a 5-gallon bucket out, I believe. And from the 16th to the 21st, the deer and the squirrels managed to eat all of it. We didn't have any big bucks, which I'm not that surprised. A lot of big bucks won't come up to something like this. But we did have a couple different does, a spike, and they came in multiple times. I didn't show you every time that they came in. And then, of course, we had that squirrel that came in as well. So, but anytime that you have corn out in the woods, whether it's a pile, whether it's in a PVC pipe, whether it's in a hanging feeder, you know, no matter what you put that corn in, something's going to come to it, whether it's squirrels, whether it's deer, no matter what it is, something is going to be coming up to that to eat that corn. Corn is just that good of a food. That's why people use it. And, you know, it produced some results there. I mean, it was out for 5 days, and we probably saw 10 different deer that came into it. So any kind of deer that are in the area are going to be sure to come to that. We have a new spike. We can watch him grow up. Unfortunately, we didn't get buns or any other bigger antlered deer that we have. But I'm going to continue to monitor this area. I still got those trail cameras out, and I have 2 other ones that are watching. And my cell camera's already got a lot of photos. I remember the day that I picked up this trail camera, I told you guys that I'd put one out on the river. And I think it's already got like 60 photos of a bunch of different deer. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. That way you don't miss that video, because it's going to be a good one. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and we'll get into today's verse of the week. So today's verse of the week is coming from 2 Corinthians 5-21, and it says, "For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him." So this is just another passage reminding us of the sacrifice that Jesus made, that he died for us in our place, felt God's wrath, and basically felt our hell punishment, the absence of God. That way we wouldn't have to do that even though we are sinners. So next time, you know, you have a temptation and you're fighting that temptation, make sure you think back, well, Jesus died on the cross for this, so let me serve him in not doing this sin. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I'm actually going on vacation, so this is today, the 2nd when I'm filming this, and I am going on vacation. You guys are going to see a couple videos from that, and I am so excited. We should be able to get on some fish, whether it's saltwater or freshwater, but that's the only hint I'm giving you. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Get in your word, and always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer. Peace out.